meeting, just to let you know, is being streamed right on the social media platforms, on Facebook, and then the rest of our social media platform is being streamed live right now. All right. So I will be, just before I go ahead and introduce our first speaker tonight, I would like to know anyone who is here who would like to I'll be giving you just about 2 minutes, just a minute anyway, to share with us. Share with us. Okay, our first speaker is ready. Our first speaker is ready. So I'll go ahead and introduce our first speaker right now. May you join me to welcome our first speaker in the house, who will be telling us about CCI, what they're about, what CCI is doing, what CCI's approach is, and then what CCI has for the globe, not just Africa, not just the Asian region, for the globe. But I want to give us a benefit of testimony. Just someone, one person. If is there any one person here who would like to share something, a testimony about CCI, you open up your mic, kindly raise your hand up. Just a 2 minute testimony about your experience with CCI. A 2 minute testimony. A testimony about your experience with CCI. So kindly raise your hand up so I can open up your mic. Can you raise your hand up? Kindly raise your hand up. Just a 2 minutes testimony. Okay, who is? Can I see any hands up? Oh, okay, no hand is. Anybody sharing something? Maybe is it Miracle, Mr. Miracle? I think some of us who have been here before, I would like to have someone just share with us. Share with us your testimony. Share with us your testimony. Okay. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. Any one of us who have been here before? Okay, Mr. Richard. Okay, you can go ahead and open up your mic right now and share with us. Mr. Richard, Miracle Richard, just go ahead, open up your mic and share with us your testimony, something you know about CCI. Please, in the next 1 to 2 minutes, the latest.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. Well, for the while I've been following CCI, especially their meetings, I've learned a lot, and it really affected me in terms of my psychology because I do trade too, and I learned a lot through the method of trading, and I learned why I've been losing for so many years, and I've improved. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Richard, Miracle Richard. Did you get what he said? He said he has learned a lot. He has been training for many years, and then he learns why he has been losing for many years. And then one key thing there, he said he has learned a lot. He has improved. You take that. He has improved. Hallelujah. Oh, thank you. Oh, I am fired up. I am fired up with this testimony right now. Is there anyone more testimony? Anyone more testimony? One more person. Anyone more person? One more person. Is there anyone more person? Just to tell us what your experience is about CCI. One more person. Okay, no other person. All right. In the absence of that, so let's go right into the meeting proper. Wow. And may you join me right now to introduce our first speaker tonight, in the person of Mr. Uche Paragon. He's an erudite trader. He has a lot of experience in trading with commodities, in trading with gold, in trading. In this trading space, he's an expert that you cannot take it away from him. He understands his game, he knows his thing. And then many of us here would have heard about him. He has been in different places, he has been in different countries teaching, he has been in different commodity sectors, he has been to the Nigeria Stock Exchange, he has been to different conferences teaching about this trading space. He is one of those foremost persons who is changing the narratives about this space through the consciousness, through the understanding he brings, the simplicity he brings into the space. Join me right now. Welcome Mr. Uche Paragon. Mr. Uche Paragon, are you there? Over to you.
Hi, good evening. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, you can hear you. You can go ahead.
Okay, yeah, good evening. I was just kind of laughing. You shouted hallelujah while you were in a business setting. I know you are a man of God. I think you are not trying to preach. Thank you so much. I can see quite a number of people here. We have about 16 people in this meeting tonight, and I appreciate your time and their effort. So one thing about this number is that where proper business ideas or proper insight or secret is shared is not always in the public. It is always among the elite. So that is one of the things that anytime you are in a very business space that has few number of people, you have to be very, very attentive because you have chances of getting fact because you won't be distracted and you'll be able to have a time to ask a lot of questions as much as you want. Basically, we always follow crowd. We don't necessarily follow the crowd because not everyone will be able to accept our business ideologies, even though they know that that is the right thing to do and the proper way business is done. Now, I welcome you all. I took a lot of time to connect because there was a change, and fortunately for us, our speaker today shouldn't have been me. It should have been Mr. Andole. Andone, one of our top traders that has been with us for a very long time. He told me he's having a very emergency meeting with their church.
Are you ready to party? Make some noise for the certified.
I think I have to mute everybody. So he told me he's having a very urgent meeting with the pastors in church because he's a top rank member of his church where he worshipped, and at the same time he gave us opportunity for me to also be the one to present again. And that gave me an insight of changing my story and changing the topic which I wanted to share with us. And I think this one I'm going to share now will be much beneficial to all of us. It will help us to understand more of our objective, our philosophy about trading, what we stand for, and what we are, where we are going, and how we can also be a part of it. As much as our first presenter has already explained, in CCI Traders, we are in a journey of, should I say, a million miles. Let me say an ending journey, because even if maybe the chairman's executive of the company resigned, it's a brand that is always there. Many people are coming in to be part of the company. So it's a journey. And we are here to always give the best trading experience. Our second speaker is Mr. Andoni, the one that in the second from the left, but he's not going to speak today. As we explained last week, we are multi-asset institutional broker. I want to emphasize more because we receive a lot of inquiries, especially from Africa and particularly Nigeria. I understood the mindset of people. I really bother much about them because some of them have burned their fingers in different kind of schemes. And again, without knowing where they are going, let me say that one clearly. Or some actually know where they are going, but they refuse to turn back. They keep going there. So this particular presentation, I think it will elaborate more, giving us space option to take, and again, providing us a very profitable trading culture. Then in trading industry, we always talk about this particular set of classes. As a broker, institutional asset broker, there are guys who are placed in this industry. The list here is retail traders and individuals. That has been the list. But in Africa or Nigeria particularly, or some other part of the world, the retailers are most like the ones who are making the most noise, like that, or probably people who are like almost everywhere. You know, companies who trade this business, most companies does not make so much noise in the trading. We also have liquidity providers and different types of brokers. Let me emphasize more on this. My last time of presenting this topic, I did not emphasize on different types of brokers. When you're making a presentation or seminars, most retail traders will come and ask you, are you a broker? If you just say yes, can I open an account? That's all. Some of them may end up, may ask you whether you are regulated or are you registered. Once they hear is registered, for their mind, it's okay. Some doesn't take time to ask, how is the structure like? What are the risks of this broker? What are the types of this broker? How can does this brokers fit in my trading objective or my investment perspective? They don't ask those questions. The same thing when somebody come to them, as you can see here, I didn't put fund manager because fund managers, you know what they have done so far. They should be part of trading industry, but rather I put a hedge fund because it's not the same structure which we have there. So now, even if you come to a place where you see a fund manager, people does not ask some comprehensive question which they need to ask. They keep asking one direct question or a single story or single question approach, asking a question like, how much will I get? How much will I get? Are they registered? For the fact that a company tell you that it has a CAC documentation does not really constitute you doing business with them. There are some intrinsic things you need to know about trading, about the company. That is why we keep maintaining our philosophy that an educated investor must at all times be a successful investor. You need to know what you are doing. Just the way we believe in our system that an educated trader must at all times be a successful trader. Sometimes or most times, not losing your trading capital is also part of success. Or not losing your investment in a scheme is also part of being successful in trading. So people must be properly guided and have the proper knowledge and be well educated in how these things work. As we say, we are multi-asset institutional broker. Before, we usually combine the two, both retail and institutional, but we have removed retail and bring back and leave all institutional assets. It means we trade on multi-asset classes. And these asset classes, of course, you know them. Some of us are only limited to currency trading, which is popularly called forex. But there are also other assets that we are allowed and authorized to trade as an other institutional level. It will also be of us in case we want to move from institutional and offer retailers to the consumers. Then we can say we are multi-level asset, institutional, and a retail trading. So on institutional level, this my presentation will take us to where you can know whether you can do business with us or whether you cannot do business with us, whether our vehicle, the direction we are going is exactly the way you want to go, or whether you want to go in a different direction. This is what it means to be an institutional trading. Then in the same brokerage structure, there's also what we call retail traders or retail brokers. Some of them are also called full service brokers. Some of those retailers are the one who purchase some of these asset classes and resell them to individuals. They don't basically do business with companies or big firm. Most likely target like retailers. But as we proceed, you will know whether you should be able to stick to the same retail structure or whether you should find your way to another structure that may be beneficiary to you if you consider that. Now, I make this note now. I'm so sorry if you're not able to see it clearly from on your side. People are sending me chat. I'm not ready to answer any question. At the end of my presentation, you can ask a question since we are not much, so I can be able to answer you as much question as possible. And luckily for us, this presentation is also available on live stream, so we can share the link. You can also copy the link and share to most of your friends who you think should know this knowledge and listen to it over and over again. How many of us can see my screen? Can you see my screen there?
Yes, we can. Yes, you can.
Okay, perfect. So you could see what I did here. I hope you can see it again.
Yes, we can.
What can you see there, please?
Your journey begins here. Thanks for joining.
Okay, I think I've gone back a little. Let me go back again. I was trying to correct something on my screen. Just give me some time. Let me remove what is blocking my own access so I can come back again. Yeah, I was here before, I think.
Yes, yes, yes.
This is where I was before. Okay, some people are saying yes. Okay, so now I was here before. As you can see, I want to mute everybody. I think I've muted everyone. So unfortunately, our speaker, okay, it can indicate by anyway. So I was here before. Let me explain to us concerning structures, how these things are done. It's better you understand. The person speaking to you, I'm a student member of Chartered Institute of Nigerian Stockbrokers. And I've done a lot of exam, including SEC examinations. And I can tell you that the area which I specialize, I pass them as executioner trader or a commodity or CFD trader. I pass all of them. And I didn't have to sit for their classes because I already know what it entails. So I went there and write the questions and pass. But it opens my eyes more on when it comes to laws and regulation of securities or trading or asset classes. There are a lot of things most people in the public don't know. That is why I said earlier, those of us who are few have access to some certain information than the large member of the populace that don't necessarily have access to. When it comes to trading industry, there's what is called client, which is you and I. It could be individual, it could be a company too as well. Then there's what we call a broker or executioner firm. These brokers make their money through commission. Someone was asking me today whether he can pay us in local currency. I know where probably he was going. He was expecting the money to remain in Nigerian bank, or assuming he pays to your account, it remain there. The question is now that if the person keep the money there, how will he enter the market? How will he be traded? Then, so some people may not answer the question. Now, the work of a broker is to help the client to transact through to liquidity providers. This liquidity provider could be non-banks or bank or exchange houses. A broker is a facilitator who helps you to facilitate your order. But in the online space, what we have that is very tragic for us is that brokers allow you to make your order. But in their legal structure, the structure, I believe strongly the structure with the regulators that they will make your order for you. But they are the one asking you to make your order. They see guys who just attend a seminar or 2 months training, they ask them to start trading. And most of the online brokers will give you some conditions that you may think that is very fantastic for you, why they are not. That is why most people lose money. And then now you see that there's an enmity between a trader and a broker. What there should be harmony between a broker and a trader, or between a broker and a client. That's where the harmony should come from. Our enemies in trading should be liquidity providers, banks, and exchange houses. Not even exchange houses. Exchange houses does not even shouldn't serve as enemy. It should also be part of us. But now in the online space, everybody we believe it means that the eye is focusing on the brokers because they believe that the brokers are the problem they are facing. So you need to know that if my broker is person who, if you check my arrows, see how my arrows are connected, like look, it's like arrow of transactions. Transactions are going in place. So if my client asks me do this, then CCI will do this, and the order is executed. Now you see how a client, the second line is the second diagram is a client deposited. He deposited the money through a broker. And the broker is their broker duty to make sure that this deposit is processed to liquidity providers, which are banks or non-banks, because there are a lot of prime big companies that are non-bank. They don't offer bank services. Just like us, we don't offer financial services. So we don't need financial service license unless tomorrow if you want to offer such services. It's work of your broker to make those transactions direct. And I believe if the person that asked me that question is here, I think I've answered that question. This is how it works. So when you meet a local person who is in your neighborhood, because some of us who from some part of the world believe that if a company open office in front of your house, that they are genuine. Once the office is there, that they are genuine. It's not that they are genuine. Or if a company is if the owner of a company is my church member, I mean they are genuine. They are not. So what they have to do, I want to say they are not, they may not. So what you have to do is to try to know, ask them question, who are your liquidities? Where did you trade? We have made a presentation in our last this thing that we tell you all the exchange houses we have been able to penetrate now, and the ones we are walking into penetrate. Like now, as I proceed, you will see a lot of things which I will just quickly narrated on how this thing is structured. That is why somebody does not influence me, and we are not here to influence you. We are not here to make you feel like excited. No. We are here to give you information, to inform you, for you to know how this thing is working. What made those people who have been there for years are still there, and what is making the ones think that they are genuine after 5 years, 3 years, it becomes a problem for you. So this is how it is structured. Now somebody may be thinking, why can't I deposit direct? I will answer you that question, because after this presentation, I think I should be able to go back to go back to internet. Permit me, I will be dragging a little to what I presented here. Let me share my screen with you again. How many can see my screen? I presented something now. Can you see my screen? Can just type yes. So let's define who a broker is. It will really help us. Please disregard any advert you see here, because I'm connected from Google, so there will be flashing advert. Okay, someone can see my screen now. Let's define who a broker is. Who a broker. If you check from Wikipedia, this is not my note. I'm not the author. You could see what they write that. Let me just like highlight the first paragraph, first sentence. They say a broker is an individual or a firm. It means that even an individual can be a broker, or a firm that acts as an intermediary between an investor and a security exchange. The broker. Then they say because from here they say because securities exchanges only accept orders from individual or firm who are members of that exchange. That is why you cannot go to the exchange, even at the Lagos Commodity Exchange, and they enter the office that you want to trade. You need to be a dealing member. And that dealing member must also be regulated. I'm talking about Nigeria now. You need to be a dealing member, and you must be able to be registered with SEC. So because you cannot go in, so any trader or a broker will be registered through an exchange or dealing member. So as a broker must be registered with a liquidity provider. I don't know if I'm even making sense. It must be registered with a liquidity provider or exchange house or a bank. If somebody say I'm a fund manager, the person will also be registered with a liquidity provider or an exchange. So individual traders and investors need the service of an exchange member. Exchange member is a broker. So brokers provide that services and are compensated in various ways, either through commission, fees, or through being paid by the exchange itself. So this is the definition of a broker, what broker stands for you. There's something I'm emphasizing here. I mean that trading does not end with broker, with you and broker. Trading industry is beyond broker. It has to pass through liquidities. Someone may be asking, what is liquidity? Liquidity is the bigger company that has the biggest capital, who covers all the transactions. Another name I call liquidity is excessive capital. When capital is in excess, it becomes liquidity. Like what we can say inexhaustible money, where you are having like $1,000 and you are trading with a liquidity of $1 billion. So that's big liquidity for you. So you may have to trade 100 years for you to gain all the money that company has. It becomes a liquidity. So that is how I define liquidity. Somebody can also refute that with my own definition. I call it excessive capital. If you also check from Wikipedia, you can also see where the same people are also say the same thing. You see, we see the first definition of liquidity. Say a broker is a person or also a firm who arranges transaction between a buyer and a seller for a commission when the deal is executed. So a broker is who also acts as a seller or a buyer, becomes a principal party to the deal. Neither role should be confused with that of an agent. So it shouldn't even confuse with an agent. Like we have a lot of agents, but in different parts of the world. Somebody was asking me, how do I make deposit? Can I use local transaction? Yes, a local agent can help you facilitate some certain transactions. One who act or on behalf of principal party or in a deal. This is how broker work. This is how the law understood the broker. So now, in this definition now, you could see that if a broker is somebody that will help me as their customer to make a deal, then it means that my broker should work with me. It shouldn't work against me. And if CCI trader does not work against client, then we don't work against our client. When we launch retail trading, we launch 100% ECN. Because we understood how it works, and that is the work of a broker. A broker shouldn't serve you as your enemy. Then as I proceed, I think I've answered the definition. If I answer it, you can just type 1. If this definition is very clear, for you to know who your broker should be for you and who your broker should not be for you. Then I also have given you assignment. Anyone who tells you this, ask the question, do you have a liquidity? Because trading is nothing without liquidity. Take note of that. Trading is nothing. It can only end up either in money rotation or in toxic or confusion if you don't have enough liquidity. Trading is nothing without liquidity. I think I've answered this particular definition. I want to proceed with this presentation, and I won't take much of your time. If I answer you can just say type 1 in the chat box so I can proceed. Yeah, perfect. Now, this is where I was. In the trading space, for you to be a broker or a trader, or for you to work with a trading firm, a broker will not just come up and go and register as a broker. There are a lot of exams or things they have to do to be satisfied. Like most trading companies, let's say in Nigerian system, there must be minimum 4 people who have passed through security dealing exams. That should be directors or whatever of that company. Many countries have different capacity. Some countries will tell you that two people must pass through the exam. They have to see their CV. I know whether they have experience in trading. They now classify it. If it's one person, that person must pass through it. Most of the people who trade with us have passed through those training. I told you, if you want my result from CI, okay, so my father I'd like to verify something. You can ask CIS whether I'm one of whether I've written the exam before. Then now, but in trading space now, you can see this my diagram. I've just shared this in before in some of my minor trading I used to do. You see my diagram, this is very big, this is very small, this is very more smaller. Then you can see that what is causing problem in trading space, that beginners are more in the trading space, and these beginners are less educated. They are looking for a way to make money. Some of them don't care. And most education that come to them are not like intrinsic, doesn't have the whole nitty-gritty of the whole thing, because people already understood their psychology. They play with their psychology. They just wanted to make deposit and get signal and trade and make profit. But at the end of the day, then you will see where this thing lead traders. So in trading space, advanced traders are less in numbers. Any advanced trader you see is already a millionaire, so he may not even have time to teach you. Most of them are already trading with big companies. Anybody who is an advanced trader. You can hardly see an advanced trader who is alone, because he become attractive. People want to adapt him. So some of them are trading with big firms. Some of them are not even in the locality where you think they are. Because you can't be making money and living a low life. You have to find a way and upgrade yourself and connect to the right people. Then professional traders are lesser than advanced traders. They are few. That is how it is in the lot of sources. Lesser people succeed more than much people. Those people who want to succeed are those people who always want to come up from the ground from that circle of beginners, that circle of we, and move into an advanced level of guru. Those people who want to understand some certain things, then and now move to level of probably I would say like professionals who are already balanced on the space. I mean, those people, we can't take those knowledge away from them, and it will be difficult for them to be without having something to offer, because they have acquired enough knowledge. What makes you a beginner is not the capital you have. You may have $1 million, you're also a beginner. Someone invested 500 million in a money rotation company, and within 5 or 6 months, the whole thing fold off. Another person invested, is it 200 million or so? Check them. If you check their profile, they're also big money. So money does not make you a beginner or a professional or advanced. What makes you an advanced trader is a level of knowledge, because knowledge is the major capital you need. If you're more educated, you'll be successful in anything you are doing. Like if you're more informed in that particular area. I'm not saying those who invest that big amount of money, they were illiterate. It was because they were not educated in this particular area. So they went and see one fantastic seminar they hosted in one big hotel. They see buffet, they drink, they probably have interaction with the owner, see them driving a lot of cars, everything. They get influenced. They put 500 million and everything's gone. So they were not properly educated in this aspect. So they are also a beginner. Your money does not make you an advanced person. So advanced traders move from beginners to advanced. These guys are guys who have 70% chances of surviving in the market. The professionals, of course, they are few. They have over 90% chances of surviving in anything they are doing. This law apply in every field where you are. Assuming you are maybe a politician. If you're a beginner politician, of course, you know your level. Now you go to carry. Sorry, I'm speaking pidgin for those of us who may not understand pidgin. You're the one that will be in charge of mobilization for real politicians who are into advanced level. Then the ruling class are the professionals that inspire the advance to mobilize you. That is how it works. So that is how it works in every aspect of endeavor where we are, including this particular area of trading. Unfortunately, why many people are in the beginners class, that is where they become more target. Many brokers left offering the major thing. Now they now targeted the retail traders who are most likely beginners because they know that this guy doesn't even understand the game. They started taking advantage of them. That is why we have a lot of negative stories in the trading space. Some of us, sometimes if you call yourself a trader, somebody will ask looking at you somehow, because they have enough negative experience. So I will tell you, they came to our church. So we say they came to our program. So I will tell you that they have offices in our place before. We always go to the office. Those does not guarantee. That's a theory we have, 1990 theory, which state that 90% of these retail traders lose their money within the 90 days of trading. Go and do your research. Most of these retail traders, they lose. Some of them know that they will lose money, so they don't care again. They don't want to go into trading. Some have formed or maybe are looking for different kind of alternative. And those alternatives now is where some people are getting their finger burnt. That is why CCI traders want to say, okay, let us keep preaching this gospel to you. It may touch your heart for you to change your perspective and realign yourself with the right investment vehicle. Now, our legal authorization, somebody will be asking these guys, are they legal or whatever? We are registered in Mauritius under some Financial Service Commission, and we are authorized by the Financial Service Commission as well. Then we are also does not offer retail trading services. We don't offer financial services on this with this capacity, even if we want to offer, we don't want to offer. Then we have many services we have really introduced with our services. Check very well. I am moving from my first introduction, like trying to explain to you how the market works, to what we offer. This is the way I am now. So I'm no more talking about those aspects of structures. I'm not telling you what CCI offer. We have gold with local currencies now. So if you want to clap for us, you can clap for us. So these are the things that CCI now can offer. And I will tell you how possible this one can be. I've told you that a broker have to connect with different liquidities. So we don't offer one. I will explain to you more how our liquidity work. In fact, we are more clearer now. After this video, if you don't want to do business with us again, it's no more our fault. At least we have told you the way you should go. Then it will not let for you to decide. So you can trade your gold with your local currencies. We don't want to specify a particular currency because we believe that some people here may not be from a particular country. We are, if you're from a country where, like my particular country where Naira is devaluating, you can start converting those Naira to real gold and have access to real gold, not CFD, where you trade only the value without having access to underlying asset. This one, you trade without a leverage or margin, and you have access to underlying asset, become a gold holder. And of course, some of the gold bars are stored with our bank, highly regulated bank, not local bank like at the Apex Bank, like CBN, Central Bank. So you can trade a gold through our services under a regulated exchange. Then you see that if you are coming to trade gold now, your money now is passing through us to a regulated exchange and to bank. You could see that the money at deposit is not going to settle in our bank account. If it's there, it's not going to generate anything. So order will be executed for you. And I will have explained to you why you cannot go direct and buy gold. If you're not a daily member, nobody will allow you to buy any of these securities or any of the asset classes. That's how it works. So you can also in our services trade gold with back with cryptos, because this has been the area we have been working on. Try to know how people can back their cryptos with gold, but not those alternative coins that does not have anywhere they are going. Of course, you know who produce those coins and give it out to the public, and people buy them later. They will dump it and tell you that the price will rise. If you wait in the next 10 years, that price will never rise. That person have already produced another one and started dishing out to their communities. People are buying them. We are talking about crypto that has intrinsic value, but you know that it's very volatile. So you can use crypto now through our different companies and buy gold. And not only gold, the exchanges we are connected does not just only trade gold, they also trade other asset classes where you can trade gold back with cryptos. Though if crypto is not doing well, you can move your crypto to gold, you can move your gold back to crypto. CCI is offering you such solution where you can have access to them. However, we also, the things you can also trade on this capacity without leverage and margin is all these things we have listed here, such as silver, platinum, coal, copper, zinc, nickel, oil and gas, and etc. I mean, this product you can as well trade them. If you have read the definition of trading or CFD, you can see that CFD talks about contract for difference. Like some people, some of the asset classes, you buy them without having access to underlying asset. Those of us who trade currencies like forex, when you trade, you only get paid in cash. That dollar you bought will not be given to you. It is when you do bureau the change that dollar or naira or the local currency is given to you. Meaning that, and that one may not be done on leverage or margin. It's just like a spot exchange. You have access to underlying asset. Now, if you trade through an organized exchange, you may, to some extent, have access to some of these underlying assets, and you'll be able to have them with you. Then we also have the CFD aspect, which is more volatile, which is where most investors prefer to go than to go into underlying asset. That is why the CFD on market or over-the-counter market has over $7 trillion daily volume per day. If you multiply 7 times 30, that may be, I don't know, it could be more than $50 trillion that is being traded on a day, on a monthly basis. So in a 1 day of trading, according to analysts, I said the last time, it will take New York Stock Exchange about 30 trading days to equal to 1 day of trading on CFD. So the market is on alternative investment schemes or alternative investment assets, and this is where we focus, because alternative investment asset has chances of generating more returns, because the market is very, very liquid and very, very volatile. So you have chances of generating return. Now, I will also explain our strategy to you in case it's not a part of this class. Just remind me again what are our strategies. Then we in a local level, for example, in Nigeria, for example, particularly Nigerians now, we have legal and licensed partners under Cashvel Security and Investment Limited. It's a fully licensed company with Security and Exchange Commission. This company is what we use to make local executions. If you want to trade even equities, the same gold we are offering, you want to trade gold, we trade gold through Cashvel Security. They are our trading house now. Anyone who are within the Nigerian space who want to trade really gold from Lagos Commodity and Future Exchange, we can properly execute these things. These were part of the things we keep teaching before, that we can trade sports, futures, and CFD. We have gotten to this particular journey where the reality, the things we dream of, we can now practicalize them. Some of us are already buying, so I will advise you to start buying these things. Now, if you check on the trading app, you see the price of gold. That is the global price. So you can hold this contract on CFD and hold the contract on underlying asset. Let's say from tomorrow, the price of gold moves to $3,000 per ounce. You hold the value in cash, also hold the value in underlying asset. So you have the real gold, then you have this one. Then assuming the price dropped, maybe to 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever, you also hold the value, the remaining value in cash, and also hold the value here. And that is what is mean having access to underlying asset. But on a CFD level, you have access to the profit are paid in cash. The profit everything are transacted in cash, because CFD are contract for differences, which necessarily does not really give you access to underlying asset. The only difference between futures and CFD is that CFDs doesn't have access to that. I don't know if I'm speaking in a high level of people not understand what I'm saying, because I don't know. If I'm communicating very well, I would like to get people type 1. Okay, perfect. I can see that people are following me. People are actually understanding what I'm saying. Then we also, in our trading strategies, we have a powerful automated system. Everything is not done automated manually with us. They will have a lot of indicators we use in trading. They will have sound market analysts. We have very sound market analysts that we usually use in all our trading. So you can see that people who are behind the scene in our business, they're not illiterate. There are people who knows what they are doing. There are people who knows what they are doing. More people are still joining by this time. Let me admit as many people as possible. So there are people who knows what they are doing, and they are doing it in a right way. So if you follow these people, you'll be able to also enjoy the same thing we have been enjoying all over these years. Then in our company as well, this is part of the strategy that we trade. Apart from the first strategy I told you, the first strategy I told you is one that you can have access to in a physical exchange. Like we are also working to know whether we can trade through South African Commodity and Future Exchange. We are working, of course, already in Mauritius Commodity Exchange and Dubai Commodity Exchange, because in the Middle East, it's a gold market. There's a lot of gold market within those Middle East. So what CCI is doing is to bring you to the realm of the real market, where you see the market face to face, not through a mirror, not through fantasy, not through what you think or what you imagine. Because some people are thinking, are you sure they're not closing? Are you sure they won't run away? That is not what you should think. We are bringing you closer to the market, where you see this thing that you fantasize, you think that it does not work. You see how it works. My first time of going through underlying exchange and whatever, what I was serious about is to know how it works. It wasn't to be part of them. I want to go to the foundation of these things. Let us understand, because the more you understand this thing, the more you perform well. Like when I'm making analysis, I don't make analysis based on this candlestick, whatever. Even our company, we don't make analysis based on this candlestick, whatever like that. We would like to understand the real world, where these signals are coming from. Because what we are doing in online is actually a reflection of what is happening in our real world. For example, this week alone now, we are targeting more. We are sure that we may gain up to 20% profit in this week that we are coming. Because we are already seeing the signals. What is happening in Europe from Britain and everything, we are already seeing what we are going. What this thing now, as is going to happen, if we're making execution through OTC, look at the direction we are taking. If you're making execution through maybe an exchange, look at the direction we are taking. Assuming I think that maybe one or two underlying assets on OCT is rising, I may not just like to buy it on particular liquidity. I may like to buy it in different levels of liquidities. I can even go directly inside an exchange, buy the same asset, buy them and hold it. Then you can buy through us and hold it. Then we can also hold this one. So we are bringing you to the realm where the real business, those people who told you that they are expert in this thing probably have not gotten it. We have gotten to that realm, and we are still moving further. And we will appeal to you and encourage you to be part of this movement, because at the end, it will benefit all of us. Now, we do crypto holdings. If you see very well here, we don't do crypto initial coin offering. We trade crypto assets, but few asset classes or crypto, few of them that we think that is okay. Then we do crypto holding. You know the philosophy about crypto trading. So if you cannot hold crypto, you cannot be rich. So they are part of them. The crypto market is very good, but we have the ways which we transact with them. And again, too, we have been, of course, be proven and tested. We have then we run our account on 100% account segregation. We run our account on 100% account segregation, and we don't do pool trading. Our trading structure is not in a way that we do pool trading. We don't also merge your money with another person's money. Some of the person that asked me a question before, I think this thing I've explained to them. We don't merge your money with somebody's money. Every money is going to where they belong to. Look at why it's not possible to merge money with somebody's money. Assuming you want to buy crypto through our company or trade crypto with our company, we have to use that money, get crypto assets. Then assuming since we have added other services like direct future trading, you just want gold. You don't have a business coming in on crypto space. We move your money to exchanges. Then you buy them. So you see that it's not possible to merge it with somebody who is dealing on CFD. So it's not possible. And we have about 75% winning rate. in our trading. It has been tested and proven that our strategy is actually working. Then in a weekly target, we have 3 to 5% weekly target. This is not weekly real. Every company needs to set a target. Target helps you to know whether you are doing well or not. So we cannot just be trading without a target. So that's why when you ask us how much can you make in a week, we can give you within a week the chance of hitting 3 to 5% target. Last week, most of the trading account closed on 20% profit, 25% profit. If you are in our group and you hit over 20% profit, just type yes. If you're in our group and we are trading for you and you hit over 20% profit this week, just type yes. You know yourself. Then if you didn't make up to that from your portfolio with us, you can also type no, because we run on a diversified portfolio. That's why everybody's this is diversified. And I will tell you towards the end of this presentation why we have to run it on a diversified portfolio and the advantage of running a business on a diversified portfolio. Then in the yearly target, we have 20% to 100%. So you could say sometimes we target low, but we get bigger. Look at why it's like that. In trading space, all of us are here to make profit. Is there anybody who is here to lose money? If you are here so that you can lose the money, you can just type yes. I don't think there's anybody who come to a business to lose money. Before I came to trading, my fantasy was to make money. And I make my first profit. That was $75 deposit. I deposited $100. What reflected was 75 because that time I used not finance broker. They are now called FS Pro. We also have agreement with them. And then I moved that money. The money moved from $75 to $482. Do you know, when I was walking in the street, if I see upstairs, I was imagining that I will start buying these houses. That was like I was thinking that I've connected to the realm. So it got to the point I become arrogant, thinking that nothing will make this money lose again. Imagine what I have taught before in the seminar. I've done my training, one-on-one training with my friend, and we did a bank wire transaction with Skybank. The money reflected, because at that time there was nothing like a card or Bitcoin or deposit or whatever. It was bank to bank deposit, like dollar deposit, reflected. Then I traded that money, hits 482 from $75. I say, okay, this is dollars. It means maybe even when I'm moving, somebody drive with a car, I will also imagine that, don't worry, very soon I will buy this car. It has already put me into that realm that I will soon become a very big guy one day, blah, 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 and that kind of thing. So I'm so sorry if I speak pidgin for those of us who doesn't really understand the pidgin. Now, this is our yearly target. So you can see within the yearly target, there are sometimes we can make our yearly target in a day, in a week. We can also make that target in a month. But one thing about trading is that you don't need to target profit. Profit comes natural. What we try to do in our business is to try to avert risk. Take note of this one. We don't necessarily want to target profit. If you check your portfolio with us, you see that portfolio flows freely. We don't want to stop it. People will say, what if we didn't stop it to blow? We are not retail traders. We know where we are connected from. Now, we try to avert what we try to do, our strategy is to avert risk, breach those things that makes people, that can cause excessive losses. Once you cover those gaps, you have chances of making profit. Profit come naturally. It come naturally. So a trader needs to be very good in risk management. That brings me back to my first presentation where I asked you, anybody who asks you to be a trader, ask him what are your risks, what are your liquidities. That's the question you ask, not do you have office? Where is your look? Why are you not in my distance? That one does not give you a guarantee. Because some people think that giving you a guarantee is to cause legal crisis or whatever. I'm sorry, managing risk is to cause legal crisis. Managing risk through legal dispute it's not the best strategy of managing risk. You need to avert those things first. Try to know what are the structure of this company. Those of us who are running investment program, pause and ask yourself a question. If this company stopped this program, will they pay me back? If the answer is yes, then you can go ahead. If the answer is no, then you can you can maybe continue whatever thing that you want to do with them. Now, that is how we work. it's like the inspiration is like this, where you have you are flying aeroplane, maybe you're flying from one region to another. Check the pilot and the cabin crew. They're not talking about flight not taking off. They're only focusing on the risk, trying to tell you to make sure you put your seatbelt. The pilot will check a lot of things, check weather forecast, check everything. So if the cloud is not okay, they'll ask, no, they're not flying this hour, or they're changing route because the cloud, the route they are following, the cloud is something like this, is something like this. They want to follow another route, or they will delay in landing because of this. You know what? They are averting this because once they avert this, landing is sure. That is how trading works. That's our strategy. We try to avoid things that will make us blowing account. That's what to focus more on risk. So if you keep those things, take proper care of those things, certainly profit will come. That is why sometimes we may say we are targeting 3%, we may end up having 10% because the market will just. We may say we are targeting 100% this year, we may end up having 200%. That is our strategy. And that is how we trade. This video is recorded in case people ask you more, how do these people work? You can keep sharing this video to them so they will be able to understand our strategies and how we trade. And we cannot show you those ones like, because it has to do with practically. It means that teaching you how to trade on our own strategy, which probably anytime we have an educational program. Then we have our risk measure. This is our risk. We don't like to lose money because that is the cure of our trading. The definition of every company is how much money you are controlling. So all the time we have been trading, we set our risk measure because especially on alternative investment assets, which OCT and the way trading industry is structured. So we have our risk measure of 70% to 50% stop at everything. If you're a businessman, you know that it's a horrible thing to lose your investment capital. We're not talking about profit. You need to get a structure. Somebody will ask, why not 90%? No, we shouldn't say 90% or 5% because the more you restrict the capital, the more chances you have in not making more return. Yeah, so you need to give it space. You need to breathe it, and the more you restrict the capital, the more chances you have in not meeting your target, and positively. Those who have trained on risk management will know. So if you restrict your capital too close, it becomes a very challenging thing for the market. So it must allow your business or your investment to float, to breathe out a little. That's why a wise man will invest his money in a foreign trade and give you some time. After so many months or so many years, that investment is bound to come back to him, and he makes profit. So since the market we are running has chances of giving us high return, we have to give it a lot of space to be able to come up with a good profitable measure. That is why we have a 70% stop out and a maximum 50% stop out. Even to an event, if anything happened that we go beyond that, our company pays back the percentage that exceeded, like recovering back the losses back to the client account. Take note of that, my last statement. Then we'll have over $40 million in digital assets. Yeah, kind of internal asset we are holding. Yeah, we can, and this asset is not in a pool. I told you it's not in a pool investment. It's like in a diversified portfolios. For example, if you invest more in local good, like have more of good assets, bank with holding with a Nigerian bank or an African bank, it become part of our asset. We will know that it's also bank. We have also carat of gold that is there. Then it will add to our. It will not be digital, so you can classify it in. It can be part of our asset classes. So we have over $40 million digital asset. So it means that you're actually working with a right company, or probably you are in a right company that is going into a right direction that I think you should follow. We have our trading culture, which anyone who's coming with us, if you're not, if you don't believe in this, our trading philosophy, it's going to be difficult for you to be part of us. One is that we like to have enough capital when we are doing our business. Then we also have to trade on a long-term goal. Because that is one of the secrets how this investment can be successful. Then we also want to trade on a low risk. If you are coming with aggressive trading, investment trading, it does not fall into our own strategies. Because the higher your risk in any business, the higher your chance of losing money. High risk means chance of losing more money. Because in investment space or trading space, the risk is the vehicle which every trading or every investment ride upon. The vehicle we ride upon, like the aircraft we enter, the car we enter, is called risk. So now, the higher the risk, the higher the return. But do you know why? What if the return didn't come up? It become a problem for you. It's like when you're traveling from one region to another on a train. If it's a speed train, it's okay, on a car can give you like 5 hours journey or 10 hours journey with a car. Then while flight will give you 45 minutes. Then you see that then if you are traveling on by foot, you're trekking to that place, it can give you 3 months to get there. Flight 45 minutes, car give you 10 hours drive, trekking by your foot will give you 3 months. Now there's lesser risk or zero risk, let's say lesser risk in when you're trekking by yourself to that region. You just have to carry enough water, then have enough money. Either you be trekking by one side of the road, you're not taking, you're not paying transport fare, you're trekking to that place. Then if you get tired, you come under a tree and sit. So the risk is very low. Nobody cares for you, unless if you're on a high security level area where you can be kidnapped. Now, if you are using a car, your risk going to that place is a little bit high, because a journey of 3 months we get you there in 10 hours. Then if you're flying, just 45 minutes. Then assuming there's a crash in airplane, you know that the casualty rate is always higher. Then when there's a crash in car, it could not even have any casualty rate. It could just be maybe the bomber just bash or enter pothole and the big hit the door, and maybe at the end of the day, people survive it, or you may even repair the car and continue your journey. So the higher the risk in any of your investment, the higher you expose yourself to more danger, because the bridge between risk and you not knowing anything is that particular danger. Because most people like to take high risk without proper knowledge. So we try to lower our risk in trading. This is part of our strategy. CCI traders trade on low risk, and they trade on a long time. That is the only way business can be successful. Those investment companies that give you 10%, let's say, per month, do you know that maybe in estimation 1 year you get 100% per year? If you are trading proper, which they don't really fulfill that promise, because after a while they will close down. God, probably they're not any guarantee investment is most likely a money rotation company. That at the end of the day, they don't just close, they crash. People will start crying. Some people commit suicide. This thing has to end. We have to change this narrative and do the right thing. Do you know that when you are trading on a proper way, you may also have chances of getting to that 100% per year? Yeah. The only thing is that you may not get it that particular month they ask you to get. So you may use 2 or 3 months and hit your target for the entire year. That's how it works. You just have to be there. Be targeting your opportunities. Once the opportunity get there, then it will speak for himself. Then you see the profit. So if you could make 100% per year or more than that, so why will you go on a fixed return? Maybe for your mind, think that that one is certain. No, it's not certain. You may not have any problem with them. So you need to come. And then I met somebody, one of my pastors, he gave us $1,000 portfolio to trade, and he went to a trading company, investment company, and gave them 5 million. One of his associates gave us, is it 1,000 as well? To trade. Then that one has enough money. He go to investment company and give them 20 million. I'm not asking one day, okay, this will call themselves investment company. You call ourselves trading company. Where does the investment company put the money? Where do they trade? Are you not aware that the investment company is most likely going to move that money back to the trading company and make more money, probably give you that one, if actually they are doing the right thing? But at the end of the day, they were not doing the right thing. They could not give them they cannot even see their monthly target or expectation or whatever. At the end of the day, it was story upon story upon story, the money is gone. Then you see how people perspective are. Then that is why you and I must put hands together and make sure that the trading space is safe. The right perspective are followed or are initiated, and the right procedures are followed in making these things work. This is a business that gives a lot of people money. It has moved from $5 trillion to $7 trillion. And how many of us within that space are millionaires in it? It should have been that percentage of addition of $2 trillion that had been added in this business, we should have been able to be part of that money. Rather, some of us have a very negative experiences. It means that the day we stop enriching those investment rotation company, that's the day you start enriching yourself by doing the right thing. Now going further, we have different portfolios which you can be part of. I don't want to talk about them today. I want to emphasize on the liquidity, which I said earlier before, because we are very closer to you. We are bigger and stronger than you can ever imagine. So in our trading space, we are not alone. People will want to know. That's something we did that was important to us. See, we are connected to highly regulated prime brokers and liquidity providers, both those that you know and those that you don't know. Most people don't know liquidity providers because liquidity providers are not always in the forefront of the market. They're always in other side of the market. So, and our platform is designed to connect with over 20 aggregated liquidity providers across the globe. I've told the Lagos Commodity Exchange, we are connecting to them through our own API. I've told you a lot of agents who want to work. So you are not just want to focus your mind on the internet space. We also want to be related to you where you can relate with us in other asset classes. Then these liquidity providers are banks, non-bank agent has expanding across whatever. One of the two companies we have a cooperation with, or we have institutional account or trading with. You know them, they are here, AvaTrade. So those of us who want to go and verify, you can chat them. The AvaTrade and IC market, only IC market has over $1.2 trillion trading volume per month. But let me tell you, that volume is not from retail traders, it's for B2B, business to business, institutional level. So AvaTrade is similar to that. Within AvaTrade and these people is over like almost $2 trillion assets. Our company have access to that liquidity. Then we are talking about those ones that we have over 20 of them that we are connected. We have several listed liquidity providers. We are connected to both the ones in Dubai, the one in UK, the one in Cyprus, the one in different countries of the world, including exchange houses. So now, when you give us money, when it comes to CCI, it doesn't settle in CCI because CCI is not a full service broker. They are executional brokers. The money goes directly to liquidities and they are connected. So when we make executions, we are rest assured that this is where our profit is coming. So we don't check. Because if you keep the money there and we are not a liquidity provider and make profit, how do we pay you? Those of us asking, are you sure the money is safe? This is where your money goes to. These brokers are highly regulated. We too have to be regulated before they can accept us to have an institutional account with them. I think I've answered that question very much clear. I did this short note because of some certain inquiries. Then I've said a very much way that we are very efficient in our business and everything. You can join us only on two categories as a business to business, like business to business. We talk of B2B. On an institutional trading firm, if you check very well, some of them, I'm not allowed to talk about another brand. I would have told you a sample of different brands across the globe that does not offer retail trading, but in Africa they offer, because in other part of the world, probably their strategy does not fit into retailers. It's most likely business to business, like company to company. But we did our system in a way that you as a client can come in, but we call you a professional client. Because passing through our education on a series of training, we have already put you in that professional space where you have gotten another perspective how this business works. So you can come to us as a professional client who want to do business with us as a professionally the way it's supposed to be done, not as a schemer. When we do our KYC, we try to know your perspective. If you perceive that this guy is a schemer means a Ponzi scheme investor, that is the end. Because we know that if you start trading with you, you will start infusing that Ponzi scheme structure into if you're chatting with customer service, that is the structure you'll be targeting. So we don't allow schemers into the system. We like professionals who want to do the business in a proper and professional way. And I can bet you that is where you make the money you are looking for. That is where you make the money you are looking for. If you keep looking for how to make this money this other way, you may succeed in making it, you may also not succeed in making that money. You may succeed in making that money, but your friends you introduce may fail and they may blame you. Say, you see what you introduced me to. Later, so anytime they remember you, they feel pain in their hearts because they know that you cost me money. It cost me losses. Probably that loss can take them 5 years to recover, 10 years to recover. So anytime they remember you or whatever, it costs them pain. Why it should be that anytime they remember you, it costs them happiness. They say, this can help me so time. This thing now is for the opportunity introduced to me is what I am working on. So, ladies and gentlemen, you could see that we have brought you to the realm of the real market, where you can make the real money, connect to the right structure. And we are here to help you and emphasize that and achieve that. Despite the challenges of legal issues we have in our jurisdictions, we find our way to make sure that we break some legal boundaries. You know that where you come from, people only talk, they don't take a lot of actions. So it is duty of our government to protect life and security, like securing businesses, like making enable laws and the investment laws that can allow investors to drive or companies to drive. Rather, they don't really have a proper investment legal structure that can allow investors or businesses to drive. Because any business wants where he can be legally protected, not where he can be legally abused or violated legally. So people find it difficult to come to that side. It gives some of us lesser opportunity. We don't have equal opportunity with our counterpart to have access to the realm of the real market. So it makes us vulnerable to some other scheme that is not properly okay, that appears to be okay, but is not. But since Airtel has already broken a lot of barriers, bringing you to that space where you can really see the market face to face and be able to enjoy doing business with us. Thank you so much for now. And God bless you. If you have any question to ask, you can raise your hand. Our coordinator will be able to ask you to answer the question. If it's something I can interact with you, I can ask as well and interact with you. We have taken your time. We should have ended exactly 8:30. It's already 8:30, so we can take more 10 minutes to answer your question so we can go back to sleep. Thank you so much. Moderator, I think you are there. We have Chibuzo Atonhono. So you can type your question, Mr. Chibuzo. I'll be able to answer the question here.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. What an awesome presentation from Mr. Uche Paragon, devouring and then bringing us into that reign of understanding this space. Wow, I wish we can just clap, give him a clap, give him an accolade, an awesome presentation, an excellent presentation, a great expose of this space, of what CCI is about, of the narrative CCI is bringing, and the narrative CCI is taking us to. Wow, I want to believe it's an excellent one, just like I enjoyed it. I want to believe that we all enjoyed it. Right now, if you have your question, kindly go to the chat box and type your question. If it is something you want to quickly talk, quickly mention, you can also raise up your hand. Wow, you can, go ahead and clap. Thank you, Mr. AGK, for that clap. You can go ahead and clap. What an excellent one. And I want to confirm, if you got value from the presentation, kindly type in the chat box value. If you got value, you got understanding, you are enlightened, kindly type value. If you got value, we are about 15 of us in this space. If you got value, go ahead and type value. Keep it rolling. Let's see the energy right now. Let's see who got value. If you got value, type value. Keep it flowing. We're about 15 of us right here. I want to be sure we got value. You heard him talk. You heard the presentation. If you got that value, type value. Oh, great. Wow. Value. We got value. Wow. I want to thank you once again. Thank you so dearly, our great presenter, Mr. Uche Paragon. I have known him for quite a number of years, experienced trader, and then who has passion in his heart to change the narrative in this space. Change the narrative. You can see that from his communication. You can see that from, oh, somebody is saying value times 1,000%. That's amazing. Wow. Wow. Okay, right now. Thank you, everyone. It was great. It was awesome. It was a deep dive into understanding this space. Okay, someone is asking a question now. Can I plow back my profit to make a compound increase of my invested capital? Okay, that's Mr. Julius. Mr. Julius, you're asking, you plow back your profit to make a compound increase, right, of your invested capital? Okay, I can actually, perhaps I can, this I can go ahead and answer. Yeah, you can actually plow back your profit, but just also know that there is a performance share. It's a business, right? So when profit is made for you, let's say in your first month you made an XYZ, let's say you made 10% profit, for instance, in your first month, there's a profit sharing agreement you would have signed, which is performance fee, performance charge, right, for the traders. So they have theirs, you have yours. So you can leave yours and to increase it there. You can leave yours there, to continue increasing as regards the compounding. I hope that is clear. So you can, yes, plow back your profit is your choice. You can plow back your profit to increase your capital. It's okay. It's allowed. All right. So the next question is from Mr. Chibuzo Atuonye, and he says, I registered with CCI before they deposited money, but later they had problem with the web. My money got lost. How can I come in again? Okay, I'm not sure. Your money couldn't have gotten lost. Also took us to the seminar here, PH. Okay, I'm not sure your money would have gotten lost. Okay, Mr. Uche will respond.
Probably is our retail trader when we between 2019 and 2020 and 2021 when we were offering retail services. Then if you have money, when you say you got your money got lost, is it that you are trading and lose money in your trading account, or when we ended the retail trading, you didn't get your profit, or your capital was not migrated to our retail brokers? Because as soon as we ended retail trading, those who has money with them, with the account, we migrated them to a retail broker that they started trading. Those who needed to withdraw money, gave us indication. It took us over like 4 months to 6 months to get them back the money. So now money was in the account. Okay, perfectly. So we have all the backup on the retail account if it's not MT5. Because the MT5 backup is over 6 months. So their laws says backup of their server is 6 months, or rather it will be deleted. So we have all the backup. So send an email to I think support. Send an email to support@ccitrader.com. Then state the account. So they will check for you if they migrated you to retail trading. They will check if you are migrated to retail trading, to our retail brokers for you to continue. So if you are migrated, you won't be able to. I think I sent it to the wrong person. Yes. So if you are migrated, it means that they will show you where the money is so that you can continue trading. Then if it's something that wasn't migrated, then they can tell you how it can be processed. All of them we are back. I told you, as we ended retail trading, we have to come back to our proper institutional trading. The notice is there on our page because we didn't delete it, so that people who probably didn't see the notice on time can still send us an email about it, because we have a full backup. Everything is back. We have all of them.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. I want to believe that that question has been answered clearly. So go ahead and send. You can see the email on the chat box, support@ccitraders.com. So you can go ahead and send the email and with your details accordingly, and that matter will be settled. Because I remember I have someone who also contacted me some time ago with similar issues, and then he sent an email, and then the matter was resolved. So you can go ahead and then do that. All right.
Yes, we ended retail trading because our goal is to make profit. If you're doing a business, you're not making profit, it is advisable to short it. then you go back to the one that you know you make good profit from. So that is the ideology, and that is the reason and purpose why all of us are here. The goal is to make profit, not to make losses. There's no need floating a business where you see that your traders are not doing well, which they ought to be doing. You have to put them in the right track where they should be able to make the profit, which is the purpose of coming into to do business with your company.
Great. Wow. Okay, any more question? As we round up tonight? Any more question? Do we have any more question? Okay, somebody said, I am happy with Mr. Uche Paragon. He is a real trader and instructor. Thank you very much for that compliment. Thank you very much. Mr. Uche Paragon is known across the space. He's a known name and he's a known person. All right, any more question in the next 2-3 minutes? We will be rounding up if we don't have any other question. Any more question? Okay. Somebody is saying profit fire. Wow, that's great. I am still Chibuzo. Okay, great. Chibuzo, great. Well, we don't share numbers on this platform, but I want to believe that you are in our chat group, in the WhatsApp chat group. Okay, if you're not there, I'll be sending the group message, right? I'll be sending the group message. The group. Okay, so I'm posting the group link so you can join the WhatsApp group. That's the WhatsApp group link there. You can join the WhatsApp group. Are you there? Can you see the WhatsApp group? Confirm if you can see the WhatsApp group, the group link. I want you to confirm if you can see it so that you can join the group. All right, I want to believe you can see it. Can someone confirm if you can see it? Is in the group there? I've shared it there. It's there. Just click on it and join. Click on it and join the WhatsApp. You can ask your questions there. You can reach out to, you can get through Mr. Uche Paragon there. We don't share numbers on the group. All right. So for those, can you join? Yes, you can join. Why? Okay. You cannot join. You cannot join. Who is sending it? You don't have to send your private number here. Remember, it's a general group. It's a meeting. However, what you will do, if you cannot join the group, okay, just hold on 1 minute and let me check through that group right now to be sure you can. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute and group interest. Okay, I'll get a group link, invite link. Okay, copy the link. Okay, so I'm sending this link just for this time, so you can join with this link. I use there. Okay, so join with this link right now. Join with this link. I've just shared another link, so you can go ahead and join right now, because after about maybe after about 10, 20, 15 minutes, that link will be revoked, right? So kindly join with that link right now. Kindly join with the link. Can you see that? And for those of us who might want to join the CCI, perhaps you want to join the CCI group, there's also another link on the group. So if you want to join the CCI platform, you can join and then go through. Today, because of time, we will not be able to take you through the registration and the rest. But however, join the group, join the link, and then a lot more information will be communicated as we round off this meeting tonight. Once again, we want to appreciate somebody's asking a question. Is it advisable they should contact whosoever invited them to join this group to join the meeting? Okay, that's great. Yeah, who invited you also kindly contact the person that invited you directly to join. Kindly contact the person that invited you to join. However, for the WhatsApp group, you can join now before it's revoked. It will be revoked in the next 10, 15 minutes. In the next, maybe in about 20 minutes, it will be revoked. I want to thank everyone especially for being a part of this meeting, being a part of this awesome meeting tonight. I want to be sure, yes, I want to confirm we got value, like we have shared, we got value, we are enlightened, we were educated. Yes, we got information. Our minds we are upgraded. Thank you very much. Thank you to the speaker of tonight, Mr. Uche Paragon. Thank you for that expose, and thank you everyone who participated. You took out time to participate tonight. We had an awesome present, an awesome number. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Chibuzo, from Daniel, D, GK, Ernest, FS Global, Julius, Michael, Miracle, PKC, Wetlink, and Ezekiel. Thank you, everyone. We look forward to seeing you on the WhatsApp group. I also look forward to having you again in our next meeting. And then in our next meeting, we'll kindly enjoy it. I urge you to kindly invite one more person, two more persons, three more persons. Get people invited so that they will come and get educated, come and get knowledge. There's something Mr. Uche said. He said, an educated broker leads to a successful, an educated investor leads to a successful investor. And how true? How true? If you are educated in a space, you will become successful in that space. So once again, thank you, everyone. Is anybody said something? Okay. Thank you, everyone, once again. Do have a wonderful night tonight, and it's a glorious week, a lot profitable week. Profit for you. Education, knowledge. Let's go into this coming week with the understanding we have had and with the profitability that is before us in the space. Thank you so much, everyone. Do have a beautiful night.